Connect by Curlin. He capped off his 2024 season in style with Hidden Connection selling for more than $1 million as a broodmare and Rattle and Roll capturing the Lucas Classic. If you followed him over the past couple of years, you know he's been incredibly productive and looks primed for a huge 2025 and beyond. He's a Grade 1 winning millionaire himself, won the Cigar Mile, the Pennsylvania Derby, and clocked 4 triple-digit buyers. Plus, he's one of the top sons of Curlin out of a Holy Bull mare, giving him that ideal miler speed and a great genetic mix. His first crop delivered multiple Greatest Stakes winners, including Rattle and Roll in the Grade 1 Breeders' Fraternity and Hidden Connection in the Pocahontas. Kenny, I can imagine when you have a good connect, like you do with Rattle and Roll, that you start looking a little bit harder at what these connects have to offer.
Yeah, for sure. I've been very fortunate to have had a horse like Rattle and Roll and also Hayes Strike. But I think anything with Curlin in the sire line is a great thing. I mean, I'm fortunate to have been connected with him as well. But I just think the strength of that sire line is amazing. And Rattle and Roll hopefully is going to extend that for Connect.
When you talk about that Curlin line, do you see that when you look at these connects? Do you see similarities to what you would see out of a Curlin?
Well, certainly. I think that it puts a certain hip on a horse and a certain make to them so that they have that hind end leverage. But yeah, for sure. I think between Curlin and Connect, they've stamped their stock in doing that, and and they handle a distance to ground without any trouble too.
Well, I'm sure you got a lot of exciting things going on in 2025 with horses coming back, but I would imagine that Rattle and Roll is pretty high up on that list as well.
I'd love to think we could take him to Saudi or Dubai, but this is a really nice horse. He's a graded stakes winner at 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty amazing colt, and hopefully he's even got another good year in him.
Jake, I think one of the best connect happy endings that you could get is what you guys did in your group with Black Type Thoroughbreds with Hidden Connection, selling her at the Keeneland sale for $1.5 million. I'd imagine when you bought her privately after her first start, you didn't think you were going to get 1.5 for her, did you?
No, that was never the plan. As far as our exit strategy, was not a selling point that she would bring that much money. But when we bought her, we knew she had a lot of early speed. She won first time out for fun, sprinting. Second time out, Grade 3 winner. It got us, won again by 8 or 9. So we went to the Breeders' Cup. So she had a lot of early speed, and then she carried it to 2 turns. And going just through her career, I mean, she was sound. She ran 24, 25 times, if I remember right. So, I mean, she didn't miss a beat. She ran in every big dance. We ran her everywhere we could. She beat several Grade 1 winners. She competed against the best race in and race out. So just her having that early speed, competing against the best, sound, durable, I think she's going to make a great broodmare.
Yeah, you got to love the fact that she was able to be so durable. It says a lot about her sire Connect, and the ability to have a horse run 24, 25 times at this day and age, I think says a lot. And to be doing it at the highest level, right? Without a lot of starts and stops. I mean, I just feel like it was like Death Taxes and Hidden Connection is going to be running next month at a stake.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, she had one brief freshening after the Kentucky Oaks, and then she just ran, and Connect. By all means, he was a sound horse, Curlin. So all in all, she was a fantastic horse, and Connect's been a very, very good sire, and I expect bigger things from him to come down the road.
David, Connect had a big winner recently with Rattle and Roll, who looks like he could go on to have a nice year in 2025, but he also had a big mare sell for $1.5 million, Hidden Connection. Tell me a little bit about Connect and what you see from his offspring.
So I look at these horses in 2 ways. 1, to breed to them, but 2, to buy them as racehorses. And always for me, it's part 2 is the racehorse. And with a horse like Rattle and Roll and Hidden Connection, he had 2 different horses that go 2-turn on the dirt, classic type prospects. And in a horse like Rattle and Roll, he could be the top handicap horse in the country next year.
Mags, you got to see Connect running at Naira, but you've also had a pretty good Connect running around your barn. What do you think about him as a sire and what seems to be like a pretty darn good bargain?
Exactly, for 10 grand. As my husband Tom Morley trained Granny's Connection, who was one of the better sprinters from Connect, as obviously he's produced Rattle and Roll too, who runs at those more classic types of distances. So I feel like he's a horse that can get kind of a horse that'll run on at any distance. And I've also seen a few like the turf. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I have seen them like the turf before. But Connect, he's one that consistently produces a robust type of animal. You're going to see them, really well filled out. Being a son of Curlin, that's kind of typical with that sire line. And there's not many. You're not going to find Curlin standing for 10 grand. So I feel like he's a really good alternative if you're looking for that sire line.
Javier, Connect had a nice month. Last month, he had a filly or a mare sell for $1.5 million. He had Rattle and Roll. Talk about Connect as a racehorse who you had some success on.
He was a very impressive horse. Everything he showed up, he's a off the pay horse. I like the way he came from behind, and I like the way he won the Cigar Mile. And he battled top of the stretch, back and forth with the whole horses inside, very engaged and always very competitive. You can see he's talented and his mind. He always like to engage with horses back to battle, and he always finished good. I like his ability. And when I run the Pennsylvania Derby as well, it could be tricky. Horses come from out of town, and maybe you question your market yourself, the surface and party, different track, different view. And that horse, he did everything. He won very impressive in the Pennsylvania Derby, very style, finished well. And I like those good horses. They always show up and they always have a good mind.
Connect wrapped up his year pretty nicely in 2024. He had Rattle and Roll win the stake at Churchill, but then also Hidden Connection sold for over $1 million as a broodmare prospect. Nice way to end the year. And he also had a great year in 2024 in the sales ring that could lead to a great 2025.
Yeah, he had a great year with his sales results, yearling sales results in 2024. And that's off the back of, in 2022, he bred 172 mares that year, off the back of the 2-year-old years of Rattle and Roll and Hidden Connection. The sales of the farm contracts that we sold that year, every mare that he bred on one of those contracts had black type in their first dam. So we're seeing that now in the sales results of 2024 and hopefully on the racetrack in 2025. I think it's going to be a big year for Connect this coming year.